Hey guys, right here I have a 2017 BMW 330e M Sport. And today I'm going to make a startup and full vehicle tour video of it, show you the features inside and out. So here is the key fob. Let's go ahead and start it up first. You do have welcome lights as you unlock the car if you leave the light switch on automatic. As you can see, the side mirrors are currently folded out. Upon locking the car and pressing and hold on the lock button, the side mirrors automatically folds in. And upon unlocking, the side mirrors automatically folds out again. Also, if you press and hold on the unlock button, you are able to roll down all four windows in the car simultaneously, as well as open up the sunroof. And to close all of them together, just press and hold on the lock button. Comfort Access, which is BMW's version of a smart keyless entry and start system, is standard on the 330e M Sport. So just have the key fob on yourself. The car is currently unlocked. To lock the car, press the ribbed area on any of the front door handles. Long press the ribbed area to fold the side mirrors in. And to unlock the car, just wait a moment and tap the area again behind any of the front door handles. A push-button start system is standard on the F33 series. So to start, make sure the key fob is inside the car. Put your foot on the brake and press the start button to the left of the steering wheel. An electric rack and pinion power steering system is installed in the F33 series. Courtesy of the M Sport trim is an M leather-wrapped steering wheel with the M badging on the bottom spoke and Sport grips at 10 and 2. Transmission-wise, the 330e uses an 8-speed automatic with Sport mode and Steptronic manual shifting. Steptronic can be controlled using the gear lever or the pedal shifters on the steering wheel. While front and rear parking sensors are standard across the lineup, only the 330e gains a reverse camera with active guidance signs and the Park Assistant automatic parking system. To the left of the reverse camera display, drivers can activate the Park Assistant function, turn the reverse camera, guidance signs and obstacle markings on or off, adjust the brightness and contrast of the display, and bring up the settings menu. The iDrive button below the gear lever lets drivers select between 3 available powertrain options. Auto eDrive cycles between the petrol engine and electric mode when necessary, Max eDrive runs solely on electric power, and Save Battery lets drivers use only the petrol engine while saving the electric power for use at a later time. To the right of the center console, the bottom button brings up the parking sensors, while the top button either activates the dynamic traction control system or deactivates the dynamic stability control system. The buttons in the middle of these two buttons control the driving experience control driving modes. Eco Pro is for fuel efficiency, Comfort is the default setting, Sport provides a more engaging drive, and Sport Plus maximizes driving fun. Safety in the 330e comprises of 6 airbags, anti-lock braking system with electronic brake force, distribution and brake assist, automatic stability control, dynamic stability control, dynamic traction control, cornering brake control, adaptive brake lights, a tire pressure monitoring system, and mobilizer, and ISOFIX child seat anchor points for the rear seats. As usual, let's turn on the hazards, lights, front and rear fog lights, take a look at the engine, and roll down the driver's side window. Pull the bonnet release lever once to pop the bonnet open, and pull the lever a second time to release the catch holding the bonnet to the body of the car. Courtesy of the M Sport trim as well is the set of 18-inch M double-spoke style 441M light alloy rims finished in ferric grey that is present on this car. The tyres on this car are Pirelli Cinturato P7 run flat units that measure 225/45 R18 in front and 255/40 R18 out back. Ventilated disc brakes can be found front and rear. As for the suspension, the front receives McPherson struts while the rear gets a multi-link setup. An M Sport suspension that reduces the vehicle height by 10mm is standard as well. The BMW 3 Series is somewhat the default choice of many when they want a compact executive car that has good handling, great fuel efficiency, and a premium badge. It has won many awards over the years, and it is the best-selling model for the Bavarian brand. First appearing in 1975 as a replacement for the 02 series vehicles, the 3 Series is currently in its 6th generation, which debuted at the 2012 Geneva Motor Show. There are 5 codenames for the current 3 Series, each corresponding to a specific body style. F30 is for the Saloon, F31 is for the Touring, F34 is for the Gran Turismo, F35 is for the long wheelbase Saloon, and F80 is for the M3 Saloon. For the 2016 model year, the range received a facelift or lifecycle impulse in BMW speak, which consisted of new engines and updates to both the exterior and the interior. Powering the 330e is a combination of a petrol engine and electric motor. The petrol engine is BMW's B48 B20 2-litre, dual overhead cams, 16 valves, turbocharged inline-4 unit with high-precision injection, Valvetronic variable valve control, double Venos variable camshaft control, and a twin-scroll turbocharger. The engine produces 181 horsepower between 5,000 and 6,500 rpm and 290 Nm of torque between 1,350 and 4,250 rpm. As for the electric motor, it produces 87 horsepower at 2,500 rpm and 250 Nm of torque between 0 and 2,500 rpm. 0 to 100 km per hour takes 6.1 seconds, and the top speed is 225 km per hour. Fuel tank capacity is 41 litres, and the combined fuel consumption for the 330e automatic is 2.1 litres per 100 km. Carbon dioxide emissions is 49 litres, and the 3 Series is a rear-wheel drive vehicle. Exterior features of the 330e M Sport includes automatic auto-leveling LED headlights, automatic wipers, LED daytime running lights, LED front and rear fog lights, LED indicators for the front, sides and rear, LED rear lights, LED rear number plate lights, front and rear parking sensors, body-colored door handles and side mirrors, BMW individual high-gloss shadowline exterior trim, chrome kidney grille surrounds with the kidney bars in high-gloss black, dual high-gloss chrome exhaust pipes, and the M aerodynamics package. Bottle holder, storage, speakers right there and right here. Right here you do have your mirror controls, window controls. All of the windows in this car are fully automatic in both directions, window lock, and you do have your rear sunshade control right here as well. This lever adjusts the brightness of the interior at night. This button pops open the fuel flap if it is locked. Right above the bonnet release lever, you do have the button to pop open the boot lid. And door sills for the front. And the driver's seat in this 330e M Sport does get full powered adjustments. With all of your controls located right down there, you do have 2-person memory settings as well. The only manual adjustment for the seat is in the form of your thigh support adjusted using this lever right here. The 330e M Sport does come standard with a dual-zone automatic climate control system with all of the controls located right here. It is quite simple to use. You do have your fan speed in the middle, individual modes for the driver and front passenger, recirculation, rear defrost, front defrost, passenger side temperature with your automatic mode, driver side temperature with your maximum air conditioning, and to the far right you do have your air conditioning button. Right down there you do have some storage, cup holders, and a power outlet or a cigarette lighter depending on what you use it for. You can also cover up the cup holders if you do not want it exposed. Below the hazard light switch you do have your central locking button. In-car entertainment in the 330e M Sport is provided by the Navigation System Professional Head Unit with a high-definition 8.8-inch LCD display, hard disk drive-based navigation, connected drive services, various media connectivity options, and a hi-fi loudspeaker system with 9 speakers producing 205 watts of power. The stock sound system in this 330e M Sport does sound quite good. The display in this 330e M Sport does get the new sort of like system from the G11 7 series and G30 5 series. So the menus are arranged in horizontal tiles as opposed to the vertical list of menus as before. Now, the display is controlled using your set of controls down the center console, which now includes media, communication, menu, map and navigation shortcut buttons, your back and option buttons, and this knob in the middle. The knob still performs the same function, so it does go up, down, left, right, scrolls to left, scrolls to right, and clicks down for enter. You also do have a touchpad right above the knob. Now, back to the display. It is currently in its sort of like screensaver menu, so you do have the time and date. To wake it up, just click any button on the set of controls, and let's start with the menu to the far left, and that is your media and radio menu. Right here, you can personalize the menu, manage mobile devices, bring up your sound system settings, and right above you do have your list of media options. You do have USB, snap-in, your Bluetooth audio streaming, CD, DVD, auxiliary, music collection, and your radio menus. Now, since we are playing songs from the Bluetooth audio streaming function, let's go into that menu. We are currently in your Bluetooth audio streaming menu with your current song playing information. You do have the artist, album, title below. If you do have an album art present, it will show up right there. And to the right, you do have your split screen function. You can obviously turn it off if you do not want it in that way. Now, to the left, we can search for music, artists, tracks, shuffle, and to go back, click the knob to the left. Now, there are two ways to go back to the main menu. You can click the knob to the left until we reach the main menu, or we can hit the menu button straight away. Next up, we do have your communication menu with your contacts, recent calls, dial number. You can manage mobile devices right here as well. You do have your BMW assistance, BMW messages, messaging, memos, and you can personalize the menu again. Navigation, we can enter the address, recent destinations, enter new destination, look at the map, journeys, and settings. And the map, we obviously go to the map. You do have a revised look for the maps, which does look more sophisticated right now. To the left, we can bring up your route guidance, routes, spoken instructions, traffic information, additional information, your different map views, and enter your interactive map. You can use the touchpad right above the knob to scroll to your desired location, or you can use the knob as well. Now to exit, hit the back button. Now, once this part is highlighted, you can use the knob to zoom in and out. As simple as that. Next up, your BMW Connected Drive menu with your Connected Drive Store, BMW Assistance, Concierge Services, Messages, your various vehicle apps. You do have weather, news, wiki local, app support, and all that. Under My Vehicle, you do have your vehicle settings with your lights, key, locks, parking, iDrive settings with your language, touchpad, displays, mobile devices, date and time, units, sound. You can even perform a software update, your menu where you can plan charging and the climate control settings for your electric mode, your driver profiles, the vehicle status, technology in action, driving information, and your owner's handbook. And lastly, you do have your notifications menu. Now, say we are back to your media radio menu. If we click the knob to the right, we can bring up your split screen options. Or right above, you can simply turn it off. You do have a set of physical controls just above the climate control panel for the infotainment system. To the left, you do have your mode and FM AM buttons. For the mode button, you can select your different media options if you press it. You do have your volume and power knob right here, your 8 shortcut buttons where you can program it to store, say, your favorite navigation address, your favorite contact, and all that. You do have your CD DVD player below. The CD player is MP3 compatible, seek track buttons, and the eject button for the CD DVD player. You do have the heads-up display right there. This car does have power folding side mirrors as shown earlier. To fold the side mirrors in from the inside, press this button. Rear sunshade control right here. On the steering wheel, the left spoke houses your cruise control and speed limiter controls, while the right spoke houses your audio controls, with your volume, your different mode selection button, your seat track wheel, your on-hook off-hook button for the Bluetooth telephone system, and your voice control button. On the right stalk, you do have your wiper controls. If you locate the button at the end of the wiper stalk, press it and you can activate your automatic wipers. On the last stalk, you do have your indicator controls. If you locate the button at the end of the indicator stalk, you can go through your multi-information display located within the instrument cluster. Right now, you do have your battery percentage, average fuel consumption, your average electric fuel consumption, if you will, instant fuel consumption, same set of data just for your electric mode, average speed, date, turning the display off, your electric range, or rather your petrol range, then this is your electric range, and back to your battery percentage. The steering wheel in this car is tilt and telescopic. You adjust it using this lever right here. Adjustable front center armrest. With storage down below, you do have your auxiliary and USB ports right in there as well. Auto dimming, rear view mirror, and your light controls are right above. The lights are LED powered. You do have your SOS emergency button right here, and your sunroof controls right here. You can also open up the sunroof as a vent. Now, if you did not want that much light coming in, you can obviously close the shade. Sun visor for the driver's side does get a vanity mirror and an LED light. And the driver does get a grip handle. Alright. So I guess that's it for the startup. We can turn it off right now. And continue with the rest of the tour. You do have your window control right there, with your speaker right there, and you do have some storage down below. I did set the driver's seat to a position that I would feel comfortable in. I'm about 5'7", which is about 1.7 meters tall. There is a bit of room to stretch out my feet underneath the driver's seat. As for legroom, I probably get slightly more than this. And in terms of headroom, I get about this much. It is actually a bit cramped back here. The seats are a bit hard for my liking, but at least it is still fairly comfortable. You do get storage pockets on the front seat backs, rear aircon vents, a power outlet below the vents, rear center armrest with cup holders, grip handles on the ceiling with hooks for both sides at the back, your rear interior lights, There are three ways to gain access to the boot in this 3 Series. To pop open the boot lid, you can either press the button inside the cabin as shown earlier on, press the touchpad right beneath the BMW badge on the boot lid itself, or press the button on the key fob. With the hybrid system in place, boot space in the 330e has been reduced to 370 litres. On both sides of the boot, you do have hooks, and to the right, you do have a storage net. To the left, there is a storage strap, a power outlet, and a place to store the vehicle's charging cable. Under the boot floor is the vehicle's first aid kit. Adjustable headrests, front and rear. Window control, speaker, bottle holder, and storage. The front passenger seat does get full powered adjustments as well, with the same set of adjustments as the driver's side, just that it loses out on the memory settings. You do have manual thigh support as well for this side. Lockable glove box. It is of a nice size. Grip handle for the front passenger, and the front passenger's sun visor does get a vanity mirror with an LED light as well. That's the battery charging port. Alright, so that's it for the startup and full vehicle tour video of this 2017 BMW 330e M Sport. Thanks for watching and goodbye.